In the small, quiet town of Ravenscroft, darkness fell upon the inhabitants, quite literally. It started innocently enough, in the form of a shapeless shadow that lurked in hidden corners and underneath beds. What seemed like the usual tricks of the mind soon turned sinister, as these shadows took on a life of their own. The darkness had become sentient, taking the shape of a wicked, malevolent entity, an evil shadow. It was born out of the town's darkest secrets, whispered tales of forbidden knowledge and unspeakable acts committed long ago. The evil shadow chose the dead of night to manifest, creeping silently from room to room, feasting on the fear it instilled in its victims. No one was safe from its clutches. Ruth Barker, a middle-aged woman with a heart of gold, was the first to encounter the evil shadow. As she lay in bed, she noticed a dark figure forming on the wall, distinct in its malevolence. The shadow lunged at her, wrapping its tendrils around her legs, suffocating the air out of her lungs. Ruth, a woman of immense courage, fought against the shadow, clawing at it with all her might. But it was no use, the evil shadow consumed her entirely, leaving nothing but a lifeless husk. The news of Ruth's horrific demise spread like wildfire throughout the town. Panic swept over Ravenscroft, and even the bravest citizens found themselves locked inside their homes, fearful of what lurked in the dark. No one could grasp the true nature of this sinister entity, until young Timothy Reynolds stumbled upon an ancient book hidden within the depths of the local library. Timothy was an avid fan of the occult, fascinated by the forbidden and arcane. As he pored over the ancient pages of the dusty tome, an eerie understanding dawned upon him. The evil shadow had been conjured long ago by a group of desperate individuals seeking forbidden power. The ritual had gone terribly wrong, forever binding their shadows to a dark dimension, lusting for revenge. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Timothy gathered a group of brave individuals who were willing to face the evil head-on. The group consisted of Emma, a seasoned detective, Dr. Henry Park, a physicist with a penchant for the unexplained, and Mary, a spiritual medium who could communicate with ethereal beings. Together, they formed an unlikely alliance to combat the evil that consumed their town. Their mission led them to an abandoned house on the outskirts of Ravenscroft. It was here that the malevolent shadows derived their strength, basking in the residual darkness of those long gone. Armed with protective amulets and an assortment of ancient artifacts, the team ventured into the heart of the shadow's lair. As they crossed the threshold, the evil shadows elongated, threatening to engulf their quarry. Their numbers multiplied, twisting and contorting, each seeking to feed on the fear and despair of its prey. Emma, Dr. Henry, Mary, and Timothy fought valiantly, their weapons attempting to disperse the darkness that sought to strangle every last breath in their bodies. In a final desperate act, Timothy summoned all his will, focusing his energy into a powerful incantation that he had discovered within the ancient book. The shadowy tendrils recoiled, shriveling back into their original form. With a blinding light, the evil shadows were banished, their power contained once more. As Timothy and his comrades emerged from the house, they were hailed as the heroes of Ravenscroft. The town could finally breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that the evil had been vanquished, at least for now. But deep down, they were aware that the shadowy darkness would forever cast its wicked shadow upon their memories, a constant reminder of the horrors they had faced and conquered. And so, the townspeople carried on with their lives, forever vigilant, knowing that evil, in whatever form it may take, could always return to darken their doorstep once more. Welcome to our scary channel. Do you like to feel horror and suspense? Do you enjoy scary stories that spark your imagination and make your heart beat fast? If your answer is yes, then you are in the right place when you subscribe to our channel and activate the bell. You will be the first to receive instant notifications of every new terrifying story published by the channel. You'll be up to date with our latest updates and additions, and have a unique horror experience. Subscribe to our channel now and activate the bell to be part of the world of scary stories. You will have an exciting, terrifying, and unforgettable experience. Just remember to prepare your nerves and be ready to face the horror with full force. Join now and get ready for the terrifying adventure.